Of the 6 BCS conferences, the Big East had the most coaches turnover. They had 3 schools change coaches: South Florida, Louisville, and Cincinnati. And of the 3, Herbie, which one do you think is going to wind up with the best record this year?
I think Cincinnati. I think Brian Kelly, who left to go to become the head coach at Notre Dame, left the most behind. And when you're a first-year head coach, it's really about what you inherit. Zach Collaros is the quarterback for the Bearcats. Got a lot of experience last year replacing Tony Pike. A lot of speed and talent around Collaros. So I think of the 3 teams, Cincinnati definitely has to have the edge for Butch Jones, the first-year head coach. And I think Cincinnati, if things can fall in place, has maybe a shot to win the Big East and get back to the BCS.
Now, many of the experts are touting Pittsburgh to win the Big East. Dave Wannstedt slowly bringing the Panthers back. Your feeling about that?
Well, they really have created a great foundation. 19 wins in the last 2 years for Dave Wannstedt. And yeah, they have some holes to fill, but they got a pretty good group of athletes. Dion Lewis, one of the top running backs, not only in the Big East, but in the entire country. Jonathan Baldwin's a great vertical threat, a future NFL star. It's going to come down to offensively if Tino Sunseri can step up and fill the shoes of Bill Stoll, who left from a year ago. So I think Pitt does have a good nucleus, and they do deserve a lot of credit. Dave Wannstedt's done a great job in the last couple of years.
West Virginia always winds up in the mix here.
They do. West Virginia is always going to have the athletic ability, but I think of all the teams in the Big East, if there's kind of that pressure point, I think it's on Bill Stewart. In the last 3 years that Rich Rodriguez was in Morgantown, the Mountaineers finished in the top 10 in the country. The first 2 years under Bill Stewart, they've not finished in the top 25. So the expectations are very high always in Morgantown. And when you don't finish in back-to-back years in the top 25, I think you start to become questioned a little bit.
How about Rutgers?
I think Rutgers can win some games. You know, Greg Schiano seemed to be the trendy pick as a head coach nationally about 3 years ago. Has fallen maybe a bit out of the lane, the fast lane of that talk. But I really think with Tom Savage coming back, a quarterback, that they always seem to have a great defense. So Rutgers always a team to look out for.
And your winner is?
Believe it or not, and we're not talking basketball, I'm talking UConn. I think the Huskies have 17 starters coming back, a great group of kids who went through so much a year ago on and off the field. 17 starters coming back. They finished the year last year winning 4 games, including a bowl win over South Carolina. Look out for UConn this year, and they open with Michigan in the Big House.
Wow. Are you listening, Pittsburgh? Herbie is touting UConn.